And today's episode is Third Parties in America. So, it may come as a shock to you because I know every election we hear people and pundits going, wouldn't it be great if America had a third party? Oh, America needs a third party. If we could really tackle more issues if we had a third party. Well, we do. We have any number Greens, Libertarians, the Reforms, Constitution, Working Family Socialist Alternative, the Forward Party, that's the newest one, amongst many others. I just chose these ones because they all have had won seats in state houses and city councils and other such offices. So, America has had a long history of two-party systems. It was the Federalists and the Democratic Republicans, then it was the Democrats and the Whigs, and then it was the Democrats and Republicans. And that's mostly been the way it's been ever since. Now, it may come as a shock, but America's actually had a lot of third parties throughout our history that have won electoral votes. The Know Nothings actually went from being a little known anti immigrant political party to winning a majority in the U.S. House of Representatives under Speaker Nathan P. Banks. They also became a founding party of the Republican Party. Uh, the Bull Moose Progressive Party was the second largest amount of electoral votes carried in the 1912 election under Theodore Roosevelt. Other progressive parties, such as the LaFontaine Progressive Party, based in Wisconsin, got electoral votes, and Henry A. Wallace's Progressive Party participated in the 1948 election. Sadly, it didn't get any electoral votes, but still, the Dixiecrat States Right Party in 1948 won 2 states. The Liberal Republican Party actually replaced the Democrats running against President U.S. Grant for once. The American Independent Party won in 1968 won several southern states and 68 roughly electoral votes. And the People's Party or Populist Party was a major force in American politics in the 1880s and early 1890s. Now, what happened to a lot of America's rich third parties was essentially the Democrats and FDR. As many American third parties were closer to the left wing of the political spectrum for many years, they were solely incorporated into the Dems during the presidency of FDR. Now, there's been some arguments for third parties. The arguments usually, as I won't insult your intelligence, but they involved democracy, that, it's bad for democracy to only have two parties, specific issues, that third parties can better address certain issues, and just dissatisfaction with the major two political parties. The problem with them is they don't win. Very rarely do third parties win elections. It has to create a specific political condition for them even to have a chance. And I want to go back. Lincoln was not a third party president. That's a common misconception, but the Republican Party had already come in second in a presidential election with their first candidate, Colonel Fremont. In the 1856 election, they had won control of Congress and governorships. They were not a third party. These are just a collection of third party candidates who have been able to win elections to Congress, governors, or participate in presidential elections. You got George Wallace, who came in third in the 1968 election, running on his segregationist platform, a few people who ran under the Progressive Party banners, a few true independents. Now, I will say there has been more, but most of these individuals were elected as first a Democrat and Republican and then left the two parties to later be an independent and ended up losing. There's the very famous Bernie Sanders. The reason why I have Minnesota up there is Minnesota used to have the Minnesota Farmer Labor Party, a left-wing populist political party that later was merged into the Democrats thanks to Hubert Humphrey. Actually, if you look at by the numbers of people they've been able to get elected to Congress and state legislators and mayorships, DSA, which is sort of a party but also not, and the Working Families are the two largest political third parties in America. Usually they endorse the same people. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. See you next time.